Hey there. Today, the moon continues in Aries, action oriented, risk taking, finding courage. And we are in the midst of some bigger picture shifts and portals and gateways and things going on with this week's full moon and lunar eclipse in Pisces, as well as a Grand Trine in Earth. And really what we call a kite formation in astrology, with this sextile pattern between outer planets Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus. Super cool, and I want to break that down for you a little bit today. I am Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Thursday, September 19th. So with the moon continuing in Aries, we are now past the lunar eclipse. The moon is waning. So we are just beginning to kind of integrate and recognize some of the impact of what the lunar eclipse has brought. We are really just at the beginning of this process. This energy will be unfolding over the next several weeks and even months. So things getting put in motion this week, things rearranging and reorienting and getting us moving in a new direction, but also awakening parts of ourselves so that we can recognize a little bit more fully the truth of who we are. And with the Neptunian energy, the Pisces energy, this really transcendent, spiritual, bigger picture of truth and wisdom and guidance, and really like this feeling that there is something moving us that is much bigger than we can even begin to comprehend. So those are the energies we have up this week. And with the Grand Trine, so what happens is the sun is in Virgo, moving through the later degrees of Virgo. And as it does so, it is forming a trine with Pluto and a trine with Uranus. These outer planets move very slowly. So Pluto and Uranus having this trine, and then Neptune kind of halfway between Pluto and Uranus, forming a sextile with each one. So we have a big triangle with a smaller triangle on the end. It looks kind of like a kite, but it's potent energy. So the Grand Trine brings the energy of manifestation, of crystallization, of things coming into being, emerging into reality in ways that we can't anticipate, we can't control. And it's really coming from, like I said, this bigger picture of mystery, a bigger picture of truth beyond sort of what our human minds can comprehend. And so the earth energy helps things manifest. And that means things are getting reorganized and appearing, materializing, if you will, in ways that might show up in your life. If you're paying, like, this might be happening at subtle levels. So if you're paying attention, you might notice things moving in a new direction, noticing new parts of yourself, new possibilities, and expanding into that bigger picture of who you are. With the alignment of the three outer planets, Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus, we have this energy of waxing sextile, waxing trine, meaning that they are in the visionary, creative stage of their very long-term cycle. So this is really true for most of a lifetime, so it's not gonna really be different. But what's unique for us really this year and in 2025, as these three planets kind of dance around these points, they are creating this very visionary set of potentials. That doesn't mean things will actualize in or manifest in the way that we think they might. But it does mean that when we make choices and get our creative energy focused on what matters to us, and I talk about this a lot, right? What's important to us, what gives meaning to our lives, what we care about, when we focus on what is a bigger picture for us, this energy is putting some wind in the sails. It says, yeah, maybe this is something you've been working on for many years, even a lifetime, right? So, so this could be a moment of really things moving in a new direction or new possibilities opening up. And this is going to be not just this week, but unfolding throughout this year and next year, as these planets will move a little further out of this alignment, and then they will kind of go back into alignment, and kind of dancing and moving in and out of these sextiles over the couple of year period. So that's kind of cool. And thinking about energy. So we're thinking about the material world, which is, what we want to be able to see and taste and touch, or the abundance we want to manifest in the material world, and the things we want, but also the results we want, the outcomes we want, the things we would like to see come to pass. Those are the kind of things that we don't even realize how much we are shaping with our energy. So when you put your positive intentions, your actions, your choices, your efforts, your ideas, your creative energy in the direction of the things that feel important to you, even though it may seem impossible, even though it may seem like a long shot, or like it's going to take forever and you want it now. Trust the process, because you probably don't even realize how much these energies are already moving under the surface to support the things that you want. And this is, of course, like everything else, it's an active process. It's not something where you sit around waiting for the universe to hand you the things you want. It's about how you show up and put your intentions and positive energies, and your willingness to heal, right? Like, you don't necessarily know how you're going to move through things that feel really hard. But when you show up and you say, I don't know, but I am willing to learn. I don't know, but I am willing to find out. I don't know, but I am willing to try. Putting those kinds of energies in could pay off really in a positive way. So the positive little, even the little things you do, right, that don't even feel like they're making a difference, the little things you do for your self-care, the ways that you take care of yourself, the ways that you show up for other human beings in your life, your loved ones, but also the people that are around you, even in a very casual or superficial way. The way that you show up with your fellow human beings and with yourself makes a difference. There's something about the way that our internal energies externalize. And so the way that we talk to ourselves, the internal dialogue, the self-talk, the ways that we support ourselves, show up for ourselves with self-care, self-love, self-trust, even when we're learning these things, because they don't necessarily come automatically, right? We have to work toward them. But the more we show up with a willingness to try, right, to discover how we can be more loving toward ourselves, more caring toward ourselves, that choice about how we treat ourselves externalizes, right? And the way that you treat yourself shows up in the way that you treat other human beings around you, your loved ones, your people that you're intimate with, as well as people that are more superficial in your life. And so this patience with yourself, right? The ability to be patient, to forgive yourself when you make a mistake. Think about how that can translate into how you show up for others with some patience and some forgiveness, and like recognizing that as human beings we make mistakes sometimes, or we don't do it the way we wish we had, and that's okay, because we can recognize that we can be forgiving and patient and do it again and get it right. And there is time. And so, anyway, putting the positive intentions and the willingness to show up for yourself, the willingness to discover new creative ways forward, all of that goes into this. Like, so what direction you're allowing your sails to be pointed, and then the wind comes to help you, to help drive you there. So it's your job to attend to your little ship, right? And your sails, and make sure that everything is as healthy and willing and able as it can be, and then the wind will carry you where you are going. So know what direction you want to be heading, and let that guiding star be your beacon to remind yourself, this is why I have patience with myself. This is why I take the time to take care of myself and to show up with self-love. So we can be proactive about some of these things, especially with today's Aries moon. Proactive about our choices, right? Choosing how you're going to think about life, talk to yourself, show up, and allow that space for new possibilities where things feel hard or stuck. And so breathing new life into that and making decisions to be loving and caring and supportive toward yourself and others. Thank you so much for being here. I am Marina Orms, and you can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. Choose ways to work with me via Zoom meetings, and I have recorded readings and special offers. So check out my website, astrologyheals.com, and it can be really supportive to you to see the information that is in your own chart and what it reveals about what you're learning, where you're heading, and the best ways to get there. How to be your most powerful self and live according to the purpose that brought you here into this life, and whatever that is for you. Thanks again. I'm Marina Orms, and thanks for subscribing to this YouTube channel. I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.